Take an adventure with us. Take an adventure with us. Life's not a drag, let the cat out the bag. No time to worry or fuss.
Buongiorno.
Good morning.
It is day 49 of our Via Francigena from Lausanne, Switzerland to Rome.
What does that mean?
It means we are leaving the city of Campagnana di Roma and heading into La Storta.
It means that tomorrow we get to Rome.
So Campagna di Roma, Campagna means the countryside. So this is really one of the last little rural villages before we get into kind of the outskirts of Rome, which we're going to be seeing very shortly.
Yeah.
La Storta means the retort. Michelle, what do you have to say about that?
I say the jokes are going to be plentiful today.
You never know what's coming next. Andiamo!
It's early. We got to go. Oh, we didn't say though. We had the best night last night.
Oh, last night was fun.
Was it better than the Festival of Montergione?
I don't know about that, but we had a lot more companionship.
It was so nice. Buongiorno. It was so nice. We spent the evening with pilgrims from all over. Many had been walking since Canterbury, and we just met them.
People that we've been walking parallel to for weeks on end and have never run into each other. I never even heard about them from other people. Like no one that we were with last night had even heard mention of from other pilgrims.
Buongiorno.
All right, well, let's get going up this hill.
It was a good night, but yeah, we gotta go.
That is not Rome. It's the countryside of Rome.
Through the door, I'm hit by the same old side, blinded by the lights.
We just finished climbing our last mountain of the entire Via Francigena.
I'll put the name of the mountain down here. I can't remember what it is.
But here's the coolest part. We climbed we've had how many? 2 mountains today?
Today, 2 mountains. Well, I mean, one really big hill. I don't think it was officially a mountain, but this is officially a mountain. It has a name.
And we did it without stopping. In the beginning of this trip, 50 days ago, 49 days ago of walking, we would have stopped 3 or 4 times. What an achievement. Like, I'm not crying, it's really sweat dripping down my face. But it's a moment. It's a moment we need to remember.
This mountain is like 340 meters tall.
And steep. They like their mountains steep.
So not huge. And we were climbing a road, not a trail. But that's still quite a bit.
It was steep and it's so humid. I mean, I am dripping everywhere from the humidity, but we did it. I mean, I want to high five YouTube. Woo. Oh.
You just never know where your directions are going to take you. Well, we're back on the road.
I mean, it's been the theme of our pilgrimage, so
yeah,
why not?
It got us this far. Why stick away?
I feel like the books are full of shortcut options, and that gives me permission to make up my own. However, we do not endorse, recommend,
blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Going up to Via Francigena.
Saving 4 kilometers.
Your pilgrimage, you do it your way. This is us.
Yep. I figure Cedric used the best roads available to him 1,000 years ago, and we're using the best roads available to Google Maps now. So
yeah, and it's shorter, and I'm motivated because we have what could have been it's 22 kilometers, which isn't bad, but then our place is another kilometer.
Yeah.
And then
at the beginning of the day, we were almost a kilometer off the route.
So it was already turning into almost a 30-kilometer day, and I don't know if you know us, but that's too many for us. And I want to finish today. I do not want any shortcut. I don't want any taxis. I want to finish today. The charm of our Via Francigena is done.
This is the actual Via Francigena route. This is not us choosing to take a shortcut. Leaving La Storta. Our lodging is just past town, so we're on tomorrow's route now. We have walked 21.8 kilometers as of right now, which means you will probably hear Map My Walk go off before we get there.
So we picked something a little past La Storta, not necessarily on purpose, but because there weren't many options.
No options. And let me tell you, La Storta, of all the towns we've been in, and obviously every person's experience is different, we walked on the Via through La Storta, and it was not a pretty town.
No, we did stop at a really great place for lunch.
Yes.
That was kind of right before you enter La Storta. That was outstanding.
Michelle had a bacon cheeseburger. I had a pulled pork barbecue sandwich.
It was amazing.
Really good food.
Yeah.
But the town of La Storta, not pretty. We walked by these packs of dumpsters, probably 10 or 12 times we walked by them.
And trash, not
Now,
in the dumpster.
Maybe that's because it's a
Everywhere.
Sunday, so it hasn't been picked up in a couple of days. I don't know.
Looks worse at a campground on a Sunday.
But La Storta was not a nice place to stop.
No.
All right, let's get in here and get a
Hey,
shower
Ryan,
and cool off.
there's a dancing school here.
Oh.
You want to go for a dance tonight?
Yes, absolutely.
Guess that means it's time to go.
Buongiorno.
Good morning.
It is day 50 on our Via Francigena today.
Today.
We walk into Rome.
Today's the last day I strapped on this backpack.
For a little while at least.
Tomorrow I might smell good.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm gonna try.
So we have to walk back up to the road here. It's about a half kilometer to get to the VF, and then we have a decision to make on whether we're going to take the traditional route or whether we're going to take an alternative route that's listed in the VF app.
You use the alternative route if the first park, so you walk through 2 parks on the day you walk into Vatican City. If the first park is closed, use the alternative. We're on the alternative right now, so we kind of got to just decide what we want to do. It's only 6:30 in the morning, so I don't know yet. We'll figure it out in a half a kilometer and
We'll
let you know.
We have run into 4 of the 6 pilgrims that we had dinner with in Campagna.
That is a great way to start the day.
And they're all taking the longer route, as we have decided to do. They've also all said this is the grossest walk of the entire Camino. And yeah, I would have to agree. The dumpsters, by the way, on Monday morning smell no better than they did on Sunday night. Michelle?
Cars are just as loud, but you know what? None of it's gonna ruin my mood. However, this obstacle we have right ahead could be interesting, so you might want to try to go through that.
This is not something I expected to see in Rome.
into the suburbs of Rome. We have 9 kilometers left.
10 kilometers in, 9 to go. Yeah.
9 to go. We're gonna get into a park again, hopefully have some more quiet,
And
hopefully no bushwhacking.
views of the city from the park.
It's an exciting day.
Attenzione, cingale.
Is it in a stew?
No, it is not in a stew. The importance of the cingale here is that parts of these parks have been closed because of the swine flu. And if you see cingale, you're supposed to report it to the park rangers.
I'm hoping we don't see any.
I would not mind not seeing any cingale today.
You know what I want to see?
Roma.
Vatican City.
We're getting so close. It's almost visible on the map,
Wow.
but it's not visible yet from here because we got another hill to climb.
How are you feeling right now?
Feeling great. It was really hot earlier.
Oh my gosh, every single part of my body was dripping in sweat, and my backpack is
Wetter than we've been in days,
so gross.
but there's a nice breeze right now and the temperature actually feels like it's dropped a little bit.
I hope so.
We're still in Montemario Park.
Well, we had to leave the park,
We left the park for like 50 meters and then
go around a school and a dog park.
now we're back in it and we are about to start our final descent of the Via Francigena.
We've got a view ahead.
And let me tell you, this descent that we're coming up on is no joke.
According to the map.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh man, we didn't know this was the party.
I hear there's a church down there or something.
Dang, you guys, this is so cool.
So our time has been really good all day long today. We're on this last stretch down though, and man, they did not do a great job of smoothing out these cobblestones before they laid them, because this is rough. And we'd like to get to the Vatican without twisting an ankle.
We would.
Downhill has 15 switchbacks. The one you see in front of you is number 7.
The stone is terrible.
The cobbles are very hard to walk on. However, on the uphill side of each switchback, there is a little gutter, and those stones are smooth. And they're just wide enough to walk on.
Unless, of course, there's thorns on them.
This is the first time in the entire VF that we have gotten to a place where our path is chained and we cannot pass through. Map says go directly straight through this. Gate is chained and the sign coming in says attention cingale. So this means we have to go off route down a few extra switchbacks, and we're adding probably 1 kilometer to our walk. We made it.
1.5 miles.
We made it out of the park, down the hill.
2 kilometers.
We are now on Viale Angelico, the Avenue of Angels.
The very end of the Via Francigena map. We can see.
1.5 miles straight down this road.
Wow.
It's St. Peter's Basilica.
Wow. And we can see 4 pilgrims in front of us. It's like walking into Santiago on steroids.
You know what we need to find?
Water?
Gelato.
Oh, I need some water.
Michelle did get her water first.
6 blocks to go.
Vatican City, St. Peter's
Sully
Basilica.
came in to meet us, which is so grand. It's a great way to
brought
end
the
it.
goods, some prosecco.
Oh,
I love it. It has been, what an adventure. So many things to say, but what an adventure.
yeah, we'll do some kind of a wrap up here at some point. But this is it, St. Peter's Square.
You're gonna make me dizzy right
oddly
at
enough,
the end.
St. Peter's Square is round.
Yeah. Get in the camera. Get in the shot. I don't want to drop this and the thing just split. Okay. All right. To Via Francigena. To accomplishing goals. To
Pilgrims,
pilgrims.
to walking,
To making it happen.
to sore feet,
You know
more
what?
sore backs.
You know what? To our next adventure.
To our next adventure.
Always. We had water, gelato. We went to Vatican City. We drank Prosecco in Vatican City with Sully, thank you. And now you cannot judge what decision we're making next.
Are you loving it?
I'm so loving it.
It's only the second time in 2 months we found a McDonald's.
I'm okay with it. So when you're a pilgrim, you carry a pilgrim shell on the back of your backpack, and it lets everyone else know you're a pilgrim, but there's also some symbolism to having that shell. It's a symbol of the Camino, and we've talked about it before, but the scallop shell is all about how all roads lead to Santiago, or in our case, Rome. We were downsizing our shells, and we went to little tiny shells that we picked up in Santiago, and mine
On
broke.
the beach at Finisterre.
Oh yeah, not Santiago, the beach of Finisterre. Mine broke. So I am gonna ceremoniously throw it into the river and say goodbye to this pilgrimage. Bon voyage, arrivederci, goodbye.